reached the final episode of Showing the Fantastics, and I'm also going to lump in a few other little special things as well to do with that series. So it's been a long old trek. At the end of this video we'll have shown about 89 issues and several other little things as well, so it's been a fair few months. So next week I might start on Terrifics, or I've been thinking, not quite sure. You've suffered a lot of the UK market for the Odhams series, so I might venture into something else. At the moment I'm 60-40 split on Showing the Terrifics. We shall have to see how it goes, eh? But before I dig in, a quick sip of my lovely fresh brewed coffee. And maybe just one little chunk of my toast. Delicious. Right, well remember what I was saying last week about the covers going downhill a lot. I'm going to show you how downhill they went, of course. So, here is issue 81. A lot of thought went into that. Not. But like I keep saying, you know, they are what they are. And maybe Odhams at the time was struggling a bit on money, on a cash flow problem possibly. So they didn't have their best artists remake some better visuals. They just picked one thing, stuck a solid background on, solid coloured background, whapped a figurehead, whapped a torso on, and a bit of explanation, and then just sent it on its way. That's issue 81. Same deal for issue 82, but it's a little bit of a better cover compared to issue 81, I feel. Nice little redrawn Thor there. Issue 83 has the same fare, really. A very startled looking Hercules. A solid brown background. 84 is a little bit different, a little bit more interesting. It has the fabulous X-Men battling Magneto, so there's a lot more going on there. And yeah. In England, what they tended to do at newsagents where these were bought, if somebody subscribed to them at a newsagent, meant they were basically picking up one issue per week. The newsagent would scrawl the address, the number of the house and the road that the subscriber lived in. Just put it on the book there and then just put it to one side. I mean, that's how I remember picking up my Mighty World of Marvels. Every single issue was sort of had my address written on the top. A little fun factoid. Issue 84, that was. Issue 85, lovely. Bit more action going on there, so maybe the purse had been opened a little bit more for the money to flow out to create this. Fantastic. I quite like that cover. But we've got this, the logo sort of filled in pen again. Parents of the future, keep pens away from your children, especially if you're a comic collector, and leave them out on the table or whatever, they will get drawn on. Do future collectors a favour and take the pens away. Issue 86. I actually quite like that cover as well. Nice Iron Man cover. Apologies for the glare, we've got a very sunny day here. So that's being reflected in the mylar. That's quite good, that one. I like that. Okay, so issue 87. That's another nice battle cover. And where are we up to now? We're up to, what, October 68. That's pretty cool. Flip it over, and this is one of my favourite covers actually. Terrific looking Thor cover. Lovely. With Don Blake getting pulled into the Trolls lair. That's superb. Oh, I better not forget, yeah, issue 88, sorry. And the final issue of Fantastic is issue 89. Or should I say Fantastic and Terrific as it's become known. There we go. Now, if memory serves me correctly, Fantastic and Terrific were again merged into another Odhams title. I'd like to say it was POW, but I could be wrong. It may have been Smash. I'm not entirely certain. Fading Brain Cells, etc. But well, at the same time, I guess, or let me just double check. No, same year that the last issue of Fantastic and Terrific was produced, Odhams put out this. It's basically a 3-in-1 annual. Fantastic being the main banner, but also incorporating Smash and POW. That's the summer special. Now this particular issue took me ages to find. I've only ever seen 2. I got hold of this one and I've seen another one after the fact. But it's been like that for quite a few years now. I've not seen another one come to market. If you see it and you like these titles, you know, dig deep into your wallet and purchase it. I don't mind saying this one several years ago cost me just shy of £100. But you know, scarcity is everything. Which actually brings me to another thing. I started a podcast called Foreign Comics Calling. You can find us pretty much everywhere, on all the podcast platforms. Just look for Foreign Comics Calling. I am doing this with my colleagues Matthew Roybal, Eric Miller and Stephen Bagley. Quite knowledgeable guys. We all seem to work well with this. So if you want like an audio version of this and a whole lot more, then yeah, Foreign Comics Calling. Give it a whirl. See what you think. Yeah, so go grab it. You see it, you like it, buy it. Now in England, what we tended to do is our favourite comics, we brought out a yearly annual hardcover thing. Now, Fantastic brought out 3, starting in '68, with a decent Thor cover. Always mimicked on the back. Now, the nice thing, slightly unusual thing about these comics was that they, as I like to say, weirded up the colours. I mean, the inside pages, splash pages, look fairly standard, look great. Even to be fair, oh, by the way, if you're collecting the annuals, make sure that the price tags aren't clipped off, because a lot are just cut down the way there. Get an unclipped one, a little bit more expensive, but you know, it's a more complete annual, isn't it? So first story is always usually very colourful, very much like the American issues. But as you go through, you'll see that they tended to use spot colour, so you get maximum of 2 colours. It goes like a orange and black. That's the X-Men in orange and black. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much all the way through the book. Which is fine, that's just how the way they did it. When Mighty World of Marvel came on the scene, they did green and black, which was great for the Hulk, but looked a bit weird on Spider-Man. Okay, that's a great one, that is. Look at that. Okay, so that annual is from '68, and there's a lovely in-house ad there. Which comic has Iron Man in every week? Which comic has X-Men in every week? Which comic has Thor in every week? Fantastic. So 68 passed by and turned into 69, of course. And we have that. Again, mimicked on the back. Look at this. So lovely, 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 lovely. Recoloured full colour, the first story. And then we're back to the orange and black, or rather like a deep burgundy and black. And each of these annuals contain around about 120 pages. Just something wonderfully juvenile about seeing the pages done like this. One more before I go. Just say there's a good old UK hero. I should imagine Johnny Future. That's got to be a UK brand, doesn't it? Just sounds so English. And 69 passed into 1970. Lovely X-Men cover. Mimicked on the back. You'll always find these hardcover annuals have always got a little bit of damage on the corners. Because over the years they've been put into shelves and knocked and whatever. But they are hardcovers, so overall they're not bad at all. And don't forget, make sure, if you can, buy the ones that aren't clipped. That's nice. Very nice indeed. A bonus pin-up page. And Iron Man in red and black. There we go, we have some English strips in there. Matt Marvel, Lawman of the Future. And basically after that 1970, things went just pear-shaped for Odhams. I think as Marvel prepared themselves to launch their own assault on the UK shores with Mighty World of Marvel. But I love the Fantastics. It's just a little peek into late Silver Age comics in Britain and how they were produced. So there we go. We have concluded the Fantastic run in its entirety. What can I say? Thank you for sticking with me through all this entire series. I hope you like what you've seen. If you do like what you've seen on any of my videos, or if you've seen this face for the first time, you like how I present it and what I've done, click the like button. You could, if you really want to, stick with me and go forward, because I've got lots of these things to show. Click the subscribe button and make sure the little bell is ticked so you get a notification for every time I bring out a new video. And lastly, as I've mentioned earlier, check out the Foreign Comics Calling podcast. It's seems to be, well, we put it this way, we in the first week we got over 100 listeners, 100 subscribers for the first podcast, and each podcast tends to last about an hour. We did a special with CBCS foreign specialist Tim Bildhauser, and we did let that one go for about an hour and a half. But generally, it'll be about an hour out of your time to be fully informed on foreign comics. So without further ado, I'll see you next week, where I will probably properly decide which way to go. That I'm going to show you the Terrifics next or some other series. Great, well, thanks very much, and I shall carry on eating my toast and drinking my coffee. So, see you next time round. Thanks.